Oh man, I am tired. I wish I could say I know we kind of ended a little early in D&D yesterday. I'd like to tell you that I got sleep, but I didn't. Between losing an hour and then my dog having diarrhea, I feel like the whole world is against me.
Uh,
Uh, well, let's talk about some gaming stuff at least.
Alright.
And now this is really pissing me off. I don't know why. Grand Theft Auto 5 is releasing this week. I
Yeah.
know it's new gen, but like, isn't this game like 5 years old at this point?
Yeah. Um, so this one was supposed to come out last year.
Yeah, tried almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah, this
Christ.
remaster for next gen was supposed to come out last year and got pushed back to this point. Um, but GTA 5 Online, just the online portion of it is free for PS5.
Oh, that's cool.
Uh,
I mean,
so
the
I think you
online
have,
portion's the only thing that matters.
yeah, so you have like 3 months to, I think, add it to your library or whatever. But
I'll do it just because I had everything in my library.
yeah,
Oh, that's cool at least for people that are doing that. I mean, all the streamers and everybody do, imagine, play on PC though.
yeah, and they don't even play the original game.
Yeah,
It's
and they play
heavily
their own.
modded.
Yeah. The hell is Phantom Breaker Omnia? Sounds badass. Looks very anime wifey.
Yeah, it looks like,
Oh, it's a fighting game. I never would have guessed that.
eh, yeah, I would have guessed JRPG.
Yeah,
Just like every game with that art style is JRPGs.
yeah. I can't. It revives a canceled fighting game. Oh, so there are no, no, yeah, there are dudes in it. All right, cool.
Just not on the cover.
Yeah, got. Well, I mean,
Because
come on now.
that doesn't sell.
Yeah, I'm about to say dudes don't sell unless they're really hot, and even then, waifus always win. Okay, that's cool. The Cruel King and the Great Hero. That sounds like an indie. It looks like an indie, and it's published by NIS America. So my guess is it is an indie.
Yeah, considering we don't even have a genre.
Yeah. It's coming out for PS4 and Switch though.
Huh? Still won't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, probably not. Paradise Killer. This better be a dating sim. No. Damn.
An adventure game.
Interesting. Alright, still really nothing. Though it's an older game, apparently it was on Switch PC and now it's coming to PlayStation and Xbox. So.
Yeah.
That's cool. Tunic. I don't know what that is either. Like, I don't know anything anymore. Anime. I don't know anime.
I don't know anime. You're taking my shtick.
That's cute. I like the art on that though. Hey, indie action game. Sweet. Anno Mutationum. What the fuck? And that, yeah, Thinking Stars. Alright, cool. Monster Energy Supercross. This is the game that I've been waiting for.
5.
5. That means there was a 1 through 4. Holy shit. Either that or, like, there's isn't, and they just threw a 5 on there.
Make it sound like.
Now, I'm torn because I never really played Persona 4, but I'm a huge fan now of the Persona series. And this is a fighting game from the characters from 4. So I'm like, do I buy it because it has the word Persona on it? It's like, do you do that, right? Like,
I used to do that with Kingdom Hearts.
yeah, if you staple like a genre or a game on it, it's like, all right, I'll buy it. I'm trying to decide if Persona 4 is that for me. I don't know yet. Even if I do, it won't be on launch though. There's way too much. Because this next game, or the game
Yeah.
after this one, I am buying on launch.
So you
I've
did
already
just
bought.
mention like, do you buy any game that has a name title to it? And Final Fantasy might be that for me currently, because I'm pretty sure going back to like Final Fantasy 13, I purchased every thing that has the Final Fantasy name stamped to it since then.
Yeah, I agree. It's one of my favorite series too. So it only got a 7. Oh man.
Those people obviously played by themselves.
Yeah, I can see that. Expect to feel like a stranger. I want to see the negative things.
The story.
Yeah, like who cares? And swords are drawn. And swords and the characters need to converse to or explore. Don't be surprised if you let out your first one within minutes of meeting Jack. No, 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 no. You have the wrong take.
Yeah, see,
Jack is fucking amazing in terms
I
of
thought
like.
the same thing. Like, I understand that a lot of people are not gonna like this because he has no personality or whatever. But for me, my take on it is the lack of personality is his personality.
Yes, that and like, yeah. Oh, he's just edge lord to the extreme too. Of like, I don't give a fuck. I'm doing what I.
Exactly.
Yeah, like. And sure, does that work for a main character of most Final Fantasy games? Well, actually, yes. Like, now that I think about it, like, Cloud was fucking this guy as well. Like, just with more dialogue.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, before Cloud became, like, team, okay, let's save the world and fight Sephiroth, like, how many times did he tell Barrett to go fuck himself that he's not doing this because he wants to save the planet? He's just doing it for money.
Yeah.
Like, this just takes that to the extreme.
Yeah.
He says bullshit and plays his own outro music.
Yeah, and I mean, I actually like it because it's a deviation of what you normally find in video games. You
Yes.
normally have this guy who's got this big sob backstory who needs to go defeat this bad thing because it killed his family, and this guy's just like, nah, I just need to kill this thing because.
Because something's telling me to, and I drive the plot forward. I mean, that and. Alright, so my favorite part so far isn't even the bullshit exit music. And it's not good. It's not good storytelling or even a good character. But when that Dark Elf was giving into, like, his backstory about Dark Elves, and Jack just said, I don't give a shit. That's just something so new and, like, for that Final Fantasy series. And sometimes that's the case, man. You know how much like, and this is not me shitting on Lost Ark, but do you know how much I wish there was an I don't give a shit option instead of jamming G 18,000 times?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, I actually feel like this is a little more relatable because have you ever played video games and just somebody just goes on this huge monologue and you're just sitting there thinking, why are they just letting him do this?
Yeah, we should be killing him now.
And yeah, I think this sets up as the more relatable character. It's like,
or at least like, this guy was like what I wanted to be when I was 12, which means like probably a bad character. Sure, I'll give you that. But I don't know, if you take it for what it is, it's kind of refreshing.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anybody who thought this game knowing Team Ninja, or I haven't played any of their previous games. I know Neo's really good and stuff like that. But like with the mix of Final Fantasy, if you were looking for this deep story of whatever, like you probably came to the wrong place.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I can see that being a problem because, Final Fantasy fans are used to deep story. So
yeah.
This is a Final Fantasy game that is not targeting your traditional Final Fantasy players. Which, I mean, is I don't think it's a bad thing either. Maybe this is their way of stepping out, getting a new fan base, and
Yeah.
drawing them in to play Final Fantasy 14.
And then for Chaos and full. Yeah, I'm trying to see the other notes because I'm actually really looking forward to getting together with you and possibly Ryan and jamming more of this game because, yeah, I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah, and you mentioned you had never played any of Team Ninja's games. Their
Yeah.
first game that they're really known for is Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, I played
Which,
Ninja Gaiden.
yeah, you know, it set the staple for like hard games.
Very difficult games. Yes. I've never beat, but yeah, it's mostly because I didn't own a SNES, so
Yeah.
I only got to play when I was at my friend's house. It released on the SNES, right?
88.
Ninja Gaiden. Just because I don't want to. Yeah, apparently it also came out on Sega. Oh,
Yeah.
NES.
Yeah.
Damn, the original one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, I don't know which one I played back in the day. The Sega games for the Master System.
I think the one that I played was X. I think that was the PlayStation one. No? Oh, well.
It doesn't really say what it's from. It just says it's a prequel to the NES one. It's weird.
I don't remember much about it other than it being super difficult.
Yeah. Souls-like before Souls-like.
Yep.
Obviously a different game, though. I thought I... But yeah. Yep. A shield counter, regular thing, combat's done well. Yep. Jack lives up to the name. He can do whatever he wants. Yes. Each class is fully featured and fun to use. So far, I agree with that. Like, everything feels vastly different, and I don't play enough Souls-like games to know if that's really something that each game does well or not. But
I don't think it does, because literally in Elden Ring right now, the top like build is to take a samurai and go magic.
yeah.
It doesn't make much sense.
True.
So yeah, and yeah, literally, I think in most Souls game, magic dominates because I mean it's Soul easy mode for Souls games,
Mm.
and so everything just evolves down into magic. So yeah, there's not any, and there's no like class specific abilities or anything like that in Souls games. Really, the only difference is you're starting like stats.
Stat blocks, yeah.
And maybe how much, or like the armor you start with. But yeah, I think we mentioned we were both surprised at like the depth of the class system and just the demo for this.
Yeah. Yep. We're awful, bounding wildly between awful and fantastic. But it's all about combat and little else. That's fair. Alright, well, either way, this is definitely up my alley because the combat is actually my favorite part, so.
Yep.
I'll definitely be platting this game too. I haven't taken a look at it, so. Let's see how much hours. Shouldn't be that long. A lot of times these are based off skill, so it'll be something like, 10 to 40 hours or, 20 to 40. Do they not have... Oh, I use platinum instead of trophy. No, that's still not right. It's not any of the ones I normally go to. Huh. That's weird.
They may not have a list of trophies yet.
That's crazy. Samurai Gamers. It's not a guide for it, but that's fine. Complete a level 200 mission on chaos difficulty. Damn. Achieve Master 4 rank. Unlocked all jobs. Unlock every panel in the job for a single.
Yeah.
That doesn't look that bad though.
No, that should be easy.
This is the one where it depends on how hard that is.
Yeah.
Or, well, that should be pretty bad. His name is Garland. I don't want to read any of those. It's all defeated a cactuar.
And
Defeated a tonberry. Fuck you. Fucking tonberries. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I don't know if Ryan's gonna pick up or not, but
yeah, I don't know. I noticed when I went to pre-order it the other day, it's like, you know how PlayStation Store will tell you how many of your friends have the game or whatever?
yeah.
It told me 4 of my friends have already pre-ordered.
Wow, holy crap. So who's the fourth? Or the third?
I don't know who they are. Yours is the only icon that I could see, because you know it only shows you one icon.
Yeah.
So yours was the only one that showed up, so I don't know who the other 3 were.
Gotcha. Yeah, this doesn't look too bad. It really depends on how bad the 200 mission on chaos difficulty is. I think that's going to be the gate. Everything else is kind of like play the game, do all the side quests, and do the unlocks. So, alright, sweet. Yeah, but I'm actually looking forward to this. So if you pre-ordered the game digitally on PlayStation, the game comes out tomorrow.
It comes out at midnight.
Yeah, midnight tonight.
6.5 hours.
I need to sleep though, so I won't be playing it.
I will not either.
But yes, I will be playing. Tomorrow. I might even stream it. It might be fun. But yeah, it was interesting, right? To be running the same things, be playing a Souls-like game without having to worry about bells to invite people in. Just like, all right, join my group. We're doing this, right?
Yeah, and it actually makes me think. I actually read an article yesterday, I believe, about how Elden Ring missed the mark with the co-op. How they had a chance to make it like true co-op.
Yeah.
Because even you can do everything in Elden Ring co-op, but it requires summoning, and the person that you summon doesn't progress in their story.
Oh, that sucks.
So, if you want everyone to reach end game, you have to do everything 3 times if you've got a full party.
That's wow.
Yeah. So they were talking about how that missed the mark and how it would have been easy just to carry progress over between different players. And I was thinking, that's exactly what this game did.
Yep. Yeah, because when I leave the room, I can continue on the next mission that I have unlocked.
Yeah, and that was something that when I saw the demo, they had a like Q&A thing with the dev team, and that was one of the things they said, that they wanted the game to be co-op friendly, and they wanted everyone to get or reap the rewards of doing a co-op session.
Well, if there's one thing that does make this game stand apart, right? Like, the Souls-heavy people may watch this and just be like, this game's not hard enough, or it's not Souls, or whatever, that will be it. It's the fact that, yep, but this game, I can literally be like, yo, you want to play Strangers of Paradise? And then we drop in and we're playing 2 seconds.
Yep.
It's not. And we both gaining the benefits of playing the game together. We're progressing stories. We're, still doing shit.
And if you die, you're not automatically just kicked back to your world.
Yeah. God, that would be so annoying.
Or if the host dies, then everyone gets kicked.
Oh, is that really how that works?
Yes.
God, that sounds like... Why even bother? Like, not to be rude, if you like that game with the co-op, and maybe I just don't understand it, but, like, I am going to play Bloodborne after Yakuza 5 and whatever, but, like, playing multiplayer, especially with all that, does not sound like a good time to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen, like, the streamer that I watched, he doesn't summon anybody to help him. But when he beats a boss, a lot of times he'll stick around and put his summons down and
To help somebody else?
Let other people summon him.
Oh, that's cute.
So I have seen it done from that aspect. I haven't seen like a true co-op, or like a party is just playing the whole game together.
Yeah.
So I can't really weigh in on what it's like, but I do know the mechanics are still the same.
Yeah.
You still have to summon them in, and then if they die, they get kicked back to their world, and then if you die, then they get kicked back to their world. There are benefits of doing it, though, because if you get summoned to someone else's world, you can earn souls while there, and you don't lose them if you die. You bring them back with you.
Oh, that's nice. So at least it's something, right? Even if it's not story progression.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Probably stream it tomorrow or do something tomorrow. Which means that I really want to finish Yakuza 5. But it's very annoying right now. Yeah, the only Storybook Brawl news... and I really hate how the announcements for their Discord thing, like, go out for stuff that, like, only applies to, like, 10% of the people.
Yeah.
Like, Brittany looked at this and was like, oh, I thought this was going to be something substantial.
Yeah, I got the notification today, too, and I was just like, why did they tag everybody for this?
Yes. Like, for people that care about the, Twitch overlays, great. For people that don't stream it, like I do, and I use Untapped. I use this for Magic Arena, so I was like, oh, this is cool. But why ping everybody? Like, Brittany doesn't give a shit. Like, you probably don't give a shit. Like,
no. And the people that this is gonna matter for are checking it anyway.
Yes.
All you have to do is just throw this up without a tag.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. So that's weird. If you do stream Storybook Brawl or want to get 12,000 dust, I am not dust poor, so I don't care. In fact, I have the opposite problem. Give me something to do with my dust, please. There is a code that you can get. I don't know if they say it here. Oh, yeah. So yeah, if you use the code Storybook-Untapped, you can get 12, 3 free heroes, so it'd be 1,200 dust, or 12,000.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, there's that. I imagine you're not dust poor even at this point.
No, I think I have like 12,000 or something, and the only heroes that are not unlocked are ones that I don't care to unlock.
Yep. I've got 6 total heroes unlocked, or 2 lock, and I have 40,000 dust, so I'm just like, I could unlock them, but no, my luck, the next patch will release like 18 heroes or something stupid, and then now I'm like, oh, I spent all my dust. So, Storybook Brawl is in a better spot than it was last time, just to let you know. But it's still not in a great spot. I get my daily win, and then I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go do something else, almost anything else.
Yeah, I still haven't played in a while. Too busy doing other things.
Yep. And yeah, there's just other stuff I'd rather do. So yeah, I'm right there with you. Lost Ark. I still do my dailies every day. I finally made it to 600 gear score, but I haven't done the quest.
Nice. It's been a few days since I even logged on. I didn't even turn my computer on until this past weekend, until last night for D&D.
Wow, holy shit. Yeah, that could be why I'm solo supporting our guild.
Possibly.
Yeah, I have a feeling we've entered the fall off stage at this point.
Yeah, which I don't
It's whatever.
terribly. Yeah, I mean, it's a free game.
Yeah, I don't care. I log in and do my dailies because it's nice, but
Yeah. It's not like I invested hundreds of dollars into it and gonna be angry if no one plays. So.
True. Yeah. But yeah, I do my dailies. It's fun. You haven't even logged in, so. Well. Yeah, I mean, it's the two major games that we normally talk about on the show. Is there anything else in the video game world or anything I missed? Let's see. Ah, there's a free game in the Epic Game Store coming on the 17th. What is it?
There's a state of play on Thursday that is
nice.
exclusive for the new Harry Potter game that we talked about a couple weeks ago.
That's cool. City Skylines and In Sound Mine, I guess, are coming free. So, there's that. What does that say? Epic Game Store free game for March 10th is one of PS Plus's most controversial.
Yeah, that was City Skylines. Because when they released it, that was the month that people actually started petitions going around to get PlayStation to change their free game for the month because no one wanted it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't disagree. I mean, I've tried it, but those games just don't play well on console.
Yeah. I don't think they're really meant to be played on console, to be real with you. Pay-per-view, the return of video game magazines. What?
I also don't know if anyone cares. I didn't watch or even follow, but they had the streamer awards this weekend.
I didn't win?
Well, if you did, you...
No, you didn't watch it, so who knows? Maybe I did.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'll have to check to see who won it. Underwhelming state of play. I guess there was something March 5th through 11th.
Yeah, there was a state of play last week that... what was it? I can't even remember what it was on. It wasn't that important.
God of War Ragnarok. Nope. We would be shown a new technical RPG called the Diofield Chronicle. Some Returnal DLC. Cool. Elden Ring might be getting DLC.
I mean, is that really even a question?
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, like...
I mean, don't every Souls game get DLCs?
Generally.
So...
Elden Ring's first major boss has been beaten with a banana.
I do think somebody no-hit it this weekend.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, I had been just kind of like tangentially watching a guy who was trying for world's first. I didn't like go out and seek him, but like one of the guys I was watching like hosted him after he got finished, and he was trying for it, but he had some sort of like kind of like tennis elbow, but for his wrist, and so he's been struggling to play.
That sucks.
Yeah, and this guy's like super famous for no-hitting because he's actually the only person that has done what they call the God Run, and he went through every Souls-like game in order and no-hit all of them, and if he got hit, he had to start over from the first one.
Holy crap.
So, yeah, he's done that. And, yeah, he's got this, like, thing, and so he can't play with his hands, or, like, they're really bothering him, and so I was just...
It's because he just did that.
Yeah, I was on Twitch this weekend, and he was up, and so I just, like, looked at his channel, and he was playing with his feet.
No fucking way.
And the dude beat the first boss faster with his feet than I did with my hands.
Yo, what?
Yeah. He had a camera set up and everything, like, on his feet, like, showing you, like...
Oh my god. And the feet pics people went crazy. Yeah. He is now on Wiki Feet.
Yeah, he was wearing socks, though. He said he wasn't going to do it without socks. And then it got to the point that he couldn't beat the boss. And so somebody was like, take your socks off. And he's like, fine. And so he took the camera away. He still wouldn't show it on camera.
Nice.
And beat the boss that try without the socks.
Obviously, the socks are holding him back from his potential.
Yeah, it was... that was some of the most entertaining I've had watching streams, because it was... Because you know he's the guy who clearly knows the mechanics and knows what he's doing, but then he's messing up because he's trying to hit buttons with his feet.
Feet? Yeah.
And he's getting frustrated. It's like, dude, you still did that in less than 15 tries. What are you...
That's crazy, dude. I wish I was that good at something, dog.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's interesting. And I don't know if you got a chance to play your copy or not, but apparently WWE 2K22 is here, and it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I did buy it, and I've played a little bit, not a lot. But yeah, I have seen the reviews. They're much better this year, but that could also be because WWE is paying for them to be better.
Could be. Oh, man.
I do think the graphics engine is a very big upgrade, so...
yeah, and that helped a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's really nothing else at this point on my list, so...
No, I don't have anything either.
Yeah, and Critical Role has been kind of shelved for me for a bit. I really haven't had much time to sit down and just kind of listen to it.
Yeah, I haven't seen the most recent episode, but I've caught the other one.
I'm still on the one before. I'm halfway through that one.
Yeah,
so.
I have watched it. That one was mostly combat, right?
Oh god, I'm trying to remember at this point.
Yeah.
What's the last thing I remember them doing? No, they were talking to the green cloaks.
Right, yeah, and then they take them down into the mine.
Yeah. So I haven't gotten to the mine yet, but they have agreed to go. So yes, I'm sure the rest of it is just combat.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
There is some funny bits about them getting into the mine with the green cloaks.
God.
Or green sleeves, I think is their
green,
name, right?
Is it green sleeves or green cloaks? I can't remember.
Or maybe that was just what they kept calling them, was green sleeves.
I think Ashley called them green sleeves or something once.
Yeah, well, that I think that carries. If that's the case, that carries, and maybe why I'm thinking that, because it gets to the point that everyone just starts calling them that.
God, that's great. Nah, this is what I'm gonna start doing now. I'm just gonna read the recap. This is not. Imagine this is the last week's. Man, they have so much on their blog. No, I guess not, because this would be.
Yeah.
Him leaving, I imagine. Maybe not that. I guess we'll see. Yep.
Yeah, that's.
Yep, the duel.
So yeah, it would be 15.
Green Seekers. We're both wrong. Man. Nice. Yeah, I'm just gonna read these from now on and just be like, alright, I'm caught up. It's so funny though, like, think about the 4 hours, and this is true, right? You can do this with any, I think, D&D session. Think about the 4 hours of them playing, and it's literally can just be summarized in this.
Yeah. So you miss all the role play in this.
Yeah, of course, and all the funniness and the feelings to it, right? Especially the funniness, man.
But I think the ones that drag on for me are the combat episodes.
Yeah. I mean, and that's mostly because, like, I don't know, there's only a few times, unless you're playing, right, where you're invested, where combat is very entertaining, right? And our campaign, like when you guys were in the Feywild, and those natural 20s on death saving throws, like that was cool. That was game changing. You guys were not going to win that. But those moments literally happen 1% of the time, which means every other combat is, all right, I use my attack, I use the spell, roll, okay, you hit, you don't hit, all right, 10. Like, it's math. Like,
yeah. And not just that, it always takes everyone so long.
Yes. You'd think that with that many people, you would kind of, by the time it gets to your turn, you'd have some semblance of being like real quick about, all right, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, not only that, these people are professionals.
Yeah.
I think they know their characters in and out.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're probably, even though they've been doing this for a long time, I don't think they're actually, like, I don't think they know their characters in and out, with the exception of Matt. And some other, I would say, Taliesin.
Yeah. Taliesin knew for, Percy. He did, I think, stumble a bit with Caduceus in campaign 2, but that's also because his first character got killed and he had to make a new one.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like some people in that campaign, obviously voice acting being their main thing, and they don't dive too much into, I wouldn't even be surprised if they don't even think about with the abilities they want until it's time to level up. And then you have certain characters who, like, I have the next 5 levels planned out. And I don't even play that way, though. A lot of times, what I like to do when I'm playing is I let the role playing in my story notate what I want to take, what feats make sense.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's how I like to do it. So it's not optimal, but
I tend to lean a little more in the opposite direction, where I don't plan like super far in advance, but I look for the next time I'm gonna pick up a feat, and this kind of decide what I want that to be, and then I make the role play
yeah,
kind of
to
lean
match
into
that.
that.
Yeah, that makes sense. You could definitely do it that way. There's no wrong way to do it. So, yeah, it definitely like feels though that they're actors first and everything. They don't treat like learning their characters in and outs like part of their job.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is a bad approach, because I think their job is being entertaining. It depends on what you find entertaining, though.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the role playing is where it
Top
should be.
notch.
I
Yep.
just do feel like if they knew their characters a little bit better, not even like completely in and out, combat could be faster and you could get back to the role playing.
Yeah, and combat's still important. It needs to happen in every campaign, even
Yeah,
ours, right?
Yeah, because it drives the story. But
yeah. But yeah, I agree with that. Like, it's hard to know without knowing them, though, because we could just be wrong. It could also be like, there's just so much going on with the camera crew too. Like, there's stuff that changes when you're in front of a camera.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to imagine too, playing on a show knowing that 1,000,000 people are watching you, and knowing that those 1,000,000 people know your character better than you do.
yeah. Yep.
And I do know they get a lot of hate messages about, hey, you should have done this, or
Oh yeah.
why didn't you do this, or
Oh, didn't you know that level 5 druids you have access to this? And yeah.
And Matt gets the that was against the rules.
Of course, he'll get every DM thing under his yeah. But like, and maybe I'm a bad DM for that, because my response is simply like, "Yo, it's my world. I can do whatever the fuck I want."
There's one answer to that. All you have to do is type in rule 0 and then move on.
DM is never wrong. Yep.
It literally says it in the core book.
It does.
It's the very first rule of D&D. The TM has final word.
Yep. So if it happened like that, dog, it happened like that, and you just gotta deal with it. Just because you don't like it, and it's just fine, right? Like, I'm sure there's stuff about the way I run my campaign that runs you in Austin probably like, oh god, I wouldn't do that. Like, but it doesn't matter because you're not DMing.
Yeah.
But you do know I'm open to criticism, right? If you said something like, hey, I would have done it like this, I'm not going to...
I'm also not afraid to tell you, like, when you wanted me to roll a dexterity check the other day, and I was like, no, a perception makes more sense.
Yeah, and then I'll, if I said for whatever reason, being an asshole, right? Like, not really an asshole, but like, no, I really need this to be a dex check for whatever reason. You would just be like, all right, fine, I don't understand it, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm receptive to that, though. It's like, no, you're right, perception does make a lot more sense. Let's do that.
Yeah, that's something that my other DM does as well. He's like, he'll tell us to roll something, but he also says if we can persuade him as to why a different roll makes sense, then he'll let us do that.
Yeah, I like to do that too. Like, hey, even when it comes to scenarios, it'd just be like, all right, this is your goal. You can use whatever skill you want. You just tell me how you're identifying the skill.
Yeah.
Right. I like that.
Yeah, we do that a lot in that campaign too. We do like group skill checks where we'll have to like complete an objective, and you have to like succeed on like 3 out of 5 attempts or something like that, and then everybody has to make an attempt and tell what they're doing and what skill they're using and how it's going to help the group. And then you make your roll.
Yeah, that's a good one. I saw that for the first time when Exandria Unlimited.
Yeah.
I like
Matt
that.
does it a lot in campaign 2.
That's cool. The group ones, I obviously, right? Hey, if we're all trying to be stealthy, everyone rolls stealth, and I take some sort of aggregate to see how you all did, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole, all right, what are you doing to help this scenario to accomplish this goal? It was very interesting. I like that.
Yeah. There is something I do like about Critical Role that is not in the core, and that's the resurrection spells.
How'd they change theirs?
Well, so in core D&D, if you use Revivify or Raise Dead or any of those spells, it just automatically works, as long as the soul wants to come back.
Yeah.
And if you remember in campaign 1, when they would die, Matt would make them go through a ritual, and they would have to bring something to the ritual and then make a roll, and that would, their failure or success on their whatever they're bringing, change the dice DC, and then he would roll a dice behind the screen to determine whether or not the resurrection was successful, and the DC would go up every time you died.
Oh, wow.
So I think it started at like a 5 or something like that, and then every subsequent time you were revived, it went up by 2. And so I think at one point, one of them got revived, and it was probably Vex because she died more than anybody else. And I think her DC was like a 12.
Whew, that's still scary.
Yeah. That's because it's a straight D20 roll with no modifiers.
Yeah.
So you've got a higher chance of staying dead than
Then coming back.
And I think that adds more kind of planning to your actions, if you will, because a lot of players play like the fact it's like, hey, we have somebody in the party that can use Revivify. I can go do whatever. If I die, they'll just bring me back.
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, I've never played like that though, so that's an interesting concept. But you're right, I could definitely see players doing that.
Yeah, and you say you haven't played like that, but your mechanic that you have set up for the tower works like that whether you know it or not. Because if we go unconscious and then are teleported back, there's a 5% chance that fails.
Yep.
And if we get teleported somewhere else, we're just dead.
Yep.
So.
No, I meant like the whole being careless because your person knows Revivify. I did that on purpose, but not in that.
Yeah, but yeah, there are players out there that do stuff knowing that
there's nothing to quote unquote lose.
And see, I don't like it either because it hampers the person who has that ability.
Yeah, because now you have to,
yeah, now I have to hold a level 3 spell slot just in case somebody dies.
Yeah. Yeah, at least now, even if somebody has revived my campaign, it's like, dude, if you can't see the body, sucks to be here. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. That's an interesting take. Oh, man. But, yeah, I like just trolling the Critical Role shops.
Yeah, I haven't ever really looked through it.
Yeah, they have some cool stuff. $18 though for a t-shirt. I don't have that in my budget, but yeah. Definitely some cool shirts. This is like something that if I got for like a gift, great. But but I'm not going to go out and purchase for myself.
Yeah.
Vox Machina. Dagger. I like that one. The Vax one.
Yeah.
Oh well, it doesn't load now. But yeah, Critical Role is great. I'm excited too for our secondary campaign,
Yeah, Chris
our
has been
side one.
messaging me all day.
Yeah, and it's funny is like, I don't know if you remember, but when I ended the D&D last night, I was like, hey, I have a really busy day tomorrow. Like, I don't really care, throughout the week you got questions or something, but like, kind of leave me alone tomorrow. Chris apparently did not pay attention to that one. Oh man, and he's excited, so it's hard. I'm not upset, but I just ignored half of it for a very long time.
Yeah,
So
I got like 6 paragraphs, and I responded with like 3 responses that were all
yes,
like 3 words or
no,
less.
cool. Man, it's good. Excitement is fun, but yeah, I'm interested to see if someone's actually going to take it upon themselves. Be like, oh, I'll DM. No, yeah, but I don't think so. I think I'll be doing both, which is fine.
Yeah.
Where did that noise come from? This is my Discord. It sounded like a message received. But either way, I've got nothing else to talk about. It's been 50 minutes now at this point. You got anything else you want to bring to the people?
I don't think so.
All right, sweet. Well, I hope everyone has a good rest of your week. I hope daylight savings time can burn in hell. That didn't screw up anybody else like it did me. But other than that, we'll see you next week.
See ya.